Hello, everybody. My name is Mr. Wilson. I'm one of the counselors here at Carter High School.
My name is Ms. Payan. I'm another counselor here at Carter.
And welcome. What we're going to do, let me jump right in here. As soon as there we go. Welcome, class of 2028. What we're going to do, the purpose of this video is to present the information that we already presented to our incoming freshmen when they were here on our campus for a freshman sneak peek a while back. But we wanted to make sure that parents could also see the information that we had presented to your students and make sure that you have all the information that you need about what next year is going to look like here at Carter High School.
All right, so tomorrow we will be hosting a Freshman Parent Night for you guys to come out and see the campus. There will be campus tours provided by ASB students. There will also be opportunities for you to speak with clubs and coaches for different sports. So again, tomorrow, Thursday, April 18th from 5:30 to 6:30 here at Carter High School.
Yes, ma'am. Also, counselors will be on hand that night. So if you have questions about the classes that your student is signed up for next year, or you want to make changes, we will be on hand to do that. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit. We do have a grade level Google Classroom set up for the class of 2028 that parents and students can join. And this is a huge way for us to do, this is our primary communication is through this Google Classroom. So you'll absolutely want to jump in there. Every time we find out about different information, different events that that your student needs to know or that you need to know, we drop it in there. So please join. Again, that's the code for our Google Classroom.
All right, so we're gonna get into a little bit of what we talked about with your students already, but again, transitioning into high school, so we know this is a really exciting time for you and your student. And so with that comes a lot of questions, right? So there's actually a point to this whole high school thing. Yes, why yes, there is. So we want to make sure that we're encouraging our students to do the very best that they can, always, right, and everything that they do. But with high school, of course, like as we talked about with your students already, they are working for credits. And so that means that every single class and grade that they earn matters. And so, yes, they have to pass their classes to earn those credits that will amount to the 220 credits needed for graduation and for them to earn their high school diplomas. Yes, they should also be involved in school activities. Again, this is to build up their academic resume. This is something that we work with them towards, their senior year and all throughout, so that they can build this up and, hopefully get a little competitive and get out there for what their application season, their senior year will look like, and just start building that resume. And so it is a fresh start. They do have the opportunity to start brand new. So if, in the past things weren't always 100%, they have the opportunity to start at 100%, and they can always reach out to us as well for any questions and for support, and we'll get into some of the resources available to them so that we can help them be successful.
Perfect. All right. So Ms. Payan just mentioned it, but in order to graduate from high school in Rialto Unified, you do have to pass classes, you do have to earn credits. Those are the graduation requirements for RUSD. Every 10 credits equates to a full year of a class. So when you see that English is 40 credits, that means that students do have to have 4 years of English. And just a side note, math is 30 credits, which is 3 years, but all of our seniors at Carter High School take math because we want them to be as prepared as possible for what's coming after that. And we'll talk more about that in the coming years. But all of this adds up to a grand total of 220 credits, which sounds like a lot, but if students are passing all of their classes every year, they will be earning 60 credits. And that number will add up without a problem. So again, this is probably the most important thing that we tried to get across to your student when they were on campus was they have to pass classes to earn credits. If they're not earning credits, we're going to have a graduation issue at some point down the road. And credits are issued at the semester. So unlike middle school, students do get grades at the quarter, but quarter grades are just another kind of a progress report, just so that everybody knows what's going on. The first semester is over when we go for Christmas break. Second semester is over when we go for summer break. And that's when classes are over and credits and grades post.
All right, so college eligibility. So this means you might have heard the term A through G eligibility, right? So passing classes with a C or higher. So Again, with A through G, there are different requirements that the California universities, public school universities, require of our students, and this is called being A through G eligible. And again, this does align a lot with what students are already required to take, and so there's not a whole lot of things that they will have to do outside of what they are already going to take. It would just be a matter of making sure that they're passing their classes with C's or higher.
Right. Okay. Resources that we have here at Carter High School. So our library on campus is actually a public library, a county public library, which means that after school it's actually open pretty late. It's available resource. It also means that students have access to books that are in the system and not just ones that are here at Carter High School. So that's kind of exciting. Our College and Career Center, which is right next door to our counseling department, and we work hand in hand with Ms. Zamora, who runs that, is fabulous. There are a lot of resources that happen through there. Your student will be accessing those resources throughout their 4 years here at Carter. And then we also work directly with our College and Career Center through outside programs, that college prep programs that come and work with students from either UC Riverside or Cal State San Bernardino, and those are EAOP, Upward Bound, CalSOAP, Talent Search, and they're often on hand and trying to recruit students into their programs. In fact, I know for a fact that at least 2 of those that I just mentioned are going to be at our parent night that we're doing on the 18th. So really good programs. We also have here at Carter a wellness center. Miss Mitchell is our counselor in the wellness center, and we provide a variety of resources through there. Mental health is really important to us here at Carter. And then lastly is Student View. I guess what I would say to parents and students, because I know for parents it's Parent View, right? But that is absolutely a resource, because you can see at all times what the grades look like in classes, and whether or not we need to be getting on things before things are permanent and end up on transcripts. So, and you can also see what attendance looks like if that's an issue. And I know that a lot of times students will be submitting stuff through Student View. So anyway, Student View, very useful resource as well. And that won't change, by the way, from middle school. So their access that they have at their current middle school will just follow right over to Carter when they're here next year.
All right, so we're going to get into a couple of the classes and what their schedules will look like. So like Mr. Wilson mentioned, we will be on hand on the 18th to go over those if you have any questions or concerns about it. But a regular schedule for students is 6 classes, and so that is 4 core classes: English, Math, Science, and PE. They may or may not have a support class, so an EL class or special education if they have a IEP, and then also they will have elective choices. So again, we have went over those elective choices with your student, but we'll briefly go over how you can access those as well if you have questions.
Perfect. So you will notice that that history is missing from the core classes. That's not a mistake. In high school, our history requirement doesn't start until 10th grade. So that actually is really nice for our incoming freshmen, because they have room for 2 electives to be able to try different things out. Okay. So something that we did want to show you is, if your student logs into Student View right now, or if you log into Parent View, you should be able to see what currently your student has for course requests for next year. If you go to on the left-hand side here where it says course requests and pop on that, it'll pull up. You will see each course listed twice, and that is because we have 2 semesters in our year. So one of them is fall semester and the other one is spring semester. And all of our classes here at Carter are year-long classes. So so you should see a total of 12 requests there. And again, if you see stuff in there that you have questions about or you're not happy with, counselors will be on hand at Freshman Parent Night to be able to discuss that with you or your student. And making changes in course requests is not a hard thing, because this isn't a schedule yet, right?
All right, so you're going to want to head over to the main Carter website, and this is going to be to access our course catalog. So up top, you'll see that there are different like tabs. So our school, departments, communities, you'll want to click on where it says students. And then right down below, that drop-down menu will come up and it says course catalog. And so it may look a little bit different if you're on your phone, but it's the same. You'll be able to access it the same way, and the menu will be the same. So Then on the course catalog, you will see that there are different tabs as well for the subject areas on the side. That main page is going to also give you an, that thorough breakdown of subject area and how many credits are required, just as we previously showed earlier. And so again, it's going to break down graduation requirements as well as A through G requirements.
Perfect. And we do update this all the time. So if you need up-to-date information on classes that we have at Carter, this is the best way to do it. Okay. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what GATE and honors and AP looks like in high school. So in middle school, typically if a student is in honors classes, they're in all honors, whereas in high school, students really can differentiate and decide which classes or programs they want to do as honors or AP. So most of our most of our honors level classes that are open to freshmen are honors, but there are a couple AP classes that are open to them. AP stands for Advanced Prep. AP is through College Board, which is the same company that does the SAT. And basically an AP class is a college level class that is taught on a high school campus. And all the students at the end of the year, when they take an AP class, will take an AP exam. And if they pass the AP exam, colleges and universities will often award credit for that class. So it's like they've taken classes before they graduate from high school and they're done. So our AP program is strong. And like I said, there are a couple AP classes that freshmen can do, but most of what they will be in if they want to do honors is honors classes. And our honors classes are all about getting our students ready to do well in those AP classes. So as a freshman, they can take honors English, honors science, and honors math. Those are the three that are open to them. And the two AP options is AP art history or AP human geography. They're both electives that are open for freshmen. Again, students that are taking honors and AP classes are wanting that challenge. And there is often more work that is involved with this. So you definitely want students to be passionate about whatever subject that they are doing. We initially placed students in honors classes based upon what they were currently in now, right? If they were in an honors English class and everything was going well, then we were going to keep them in an honors English class. Or if they're in a regular class and they're doing extremely well, we might have started them in an honors class. And then students also had the option when they filled out their course request for us to tell us whether or not they were interested in honors. And so we use that to inform our decisions as well. You do need to know, though, that parents and students can request honors classes. Even if we haven't put your student in an honors class, that's definitely something that you can do. But you'll want to be careful with that because, again, honors classes are more difficult than our regular college prep classes. But again, it's about getting students ready for what college is really going to look like and getting ready to be successful in AP classes. Something that I should note along with this is that honors classes at Carter High School, honors and AP, are weighted grades, which means that if a student gets an A in honors English 11, or honors English 9, that's going to go in their transcript as a 5.0 and not a 4.0. So there is a GPA benefit to doing this as well. And that GPA weighting exists because we want to honor the fact that students are working really hard in those classes, and we're trying to mirror the way that colleges are going to look at that as well. But that's typically how we'll have students that graduate with ridiculously high GPAs. At Carter High School, if you graduate with a 4.0 or higher, you are considered a distinguished scholar. We have over 50 distinguished scholars as part of our senior class, graduating class this year. And the way to do that is to get those really good grades, but taking the honors in AP definitely helps. Our valedictorian this year, I can't even remember off the top of my head, but it's like 4.76. Yeah, it's something crazy. So the only way that you get to those GPAs is by taking those honors and AP classes and doing really well. The last thing on this slide is what is Alpha Scholars. So our Alpha Scholars program exists to support our students who are wanting to take all honors in AP, like they're basically looking to do the most rigorous programs that we have here at Carter, and it's a support program for that. All the information for Alpha Scholars is on our website. And if you have any questions about that, you can reach out to me. My name is Mr. Wilson, and my email is on our Carter website as well, and I can answer individual questions about Alpha Scholars as well.
All right, our science pathways. So we have two different ones. Our traditional, which will be, living earth, which is biology, chemistry, physics. Our environmental pathway, that one is environmental science, exploring marine environments, and energy and worlds of the future. So yeah, so it'll look like this. As mentioned previously, with our traditional pathway, we do have the opportunity to support students in a honors path, like route, right? And so they can take Living Earth honors freshman year and then move on to the other classes in that pathway, as with them being honors. With the environmental pathway, it would just be those classes. And they're still able to also move on and take a fourth year of science if they choose to do so, with whichever pathway they take.
Perfect. And then of note, because we have students ask us this all the time, there's really not a pathway that's better than the other one. They are both college prep. So we did ask students when they signed up for classes for next year which pathway they wanted to be on, and we tried to honor that along, when we put their course requests together. So there's no wrong pathway here, but again, like Ms. Payan said, if your student wants to do honors, they do need to do that with the traditional pathway. All right, so we're going to jump into our elective classes. We're going to move through these really quickly because, again, all of these classes are listed in our course catalog. So if you want to know more about these options, you should absolutely spend some time on there looking at these. So a lot of our freshmen will start their foreign language because you do need at least 2 years of foreign language to be college eligible. And so for our incoming freshmen this year, Spanish is our option that we have. We did ask students to tell us whether or not they speak Spanish already so that they can get assessed to find out what level they should start in. But if they don't speak any Spanish, we just start them in regular old Spanish 1, and that's the direction that we go there.
For our fine art options, it would be just our Art 1 class, which is the introduction class for art, and then again that AP Art History class.
Right. And we don't typically have a lot of freshmen that do AP Art History because it is a difficult class, but if your student is an honor student and they really are interested in art history, they're more than welcome to sign up for that. We have a number of different performing arts options here at Carter. Our choir and orchestra program is very strong. So concert choir is just beginning choir. It's open to everybody. Orchestra is if your student wants to play a stringed instrument. Music appreciation is exactly what it sounds like. It's like a music history class where your student is learning about music and not really doing music. Wind ensemble is our band. So if they want to play or already play a traditional band instrument, including percussion, they can do that through wind ensemble. We do have a guitar class here. We actually have 2 guitar classes this year. So if your student owns a guitar and wants to learn how to play, our guitar class is a good option to do that. And then we also have a strong theater program here. So Theater 1 is for any of our future actors that want to learn how to act and get into the craft of performing on stage. And there are other options that can come after some of these, but these are all the courses that are open to freshmen in performing arts.
We have a number of special program and academic teams that are available. So ROTC, AVID, MESA, speech and debate, as well as ASB. For our ASB, it is on an application basis. And so there is a process to get into ASB, but with the other, as well as for AVID, I will say there are a couple requirements there as well, but for the other ones, if they're interested in being a part of them, they can also just let us know.
Absolutely. And then just of note, MESA and speech and debate are teams. So if students are in those programs, they are expected to compete in some of the local competitions that happen. So definitely something to kind of keep track of. And all of those are very strong programs. All right, we do have career tech pathways here at Carter as well. All of our career tech pathways, and all of this again is on our online catalog. Thank you. I wanted to say calendar, and that's not where I was going at all. So our online catalog, these are all explained there, but they're all 2-year pathways. So if your student starts a career tech pathway, we are going to want them to finish it before they graduate. That's the goal. But we have a child development pathway for anyone that hopes to work with children someday. We have a video production pathway for people that are interested in learning about how to edit and shoot digital video. Our healthcare essentials pathway is our nursing pathway, and then our pharmacy clerk pathway is for students who are interested in becoming a pharmacy tech at some point. So all of these are great programs. They're 2-year programs that they can start as freshmen.
A couple of our other elective classes are social study electives, so ethnic studies and social justice, as well as AP human geography.
Right. And again, AP Human Geography is primarily a freshman class, but it is an AP class. But if students are interested in it, they can absolutely take it. And more info on that is in our catalog, not our calendar. See what I did there? All right. We do have some 0 and 7th period options that are open to students as well. But again, these are above and beyond the normal 1 through 6 schedule. So these are not expected. But marching band happens for 0 period. If students want to take that, all they got to do is sign up. Our marching band is our program that competes with they perform at the football games, and they also compete at color guard and compete at different things. So great program. Marching band also does count as PE credit, which can help your student get done with the 2-year PE requirement a little quicker. It cannot be taken in place of 9th grade PE. All of our 9th graders take PE, but marching band can certainly help with that. We probably should have mentioned that ROTC does that as well. So right. If students are taking ROTC can count as PE credit as well. So we have quite a few freshmen that will take PE 9 and then take ROTC or marching band, and you can be done with your 2-year requirement before you're, at the end of 9th grade, which is really nice. Our 7th period options right now are our treble choir, which is our all-girl show choir. So again, that's for girls, and it's a treble choir after school. And then our stage production program is for students who want to be involved in the student plays that happen, the different productions that happen. That is a 7th period, but I always tell students that is often a bigger commitment than just a 7th period. Like when they are in production for a play, it's not unusual for them to be here late working on getting that ready. And if you've seen any of our plays that our theater department puts on, you would understand why. They're very, very good. They put a lot of work into that. So.
All right. So if there's any classes that you have heard that we offer, but you didn't see on this list or we didn't go through it, again, it may be in the catalog, but also a lot of our classes aren't offered to freshmen. So they are available, but they are classes that your student may have to wait to take later down the road when they are upperclassmen.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, look at that. We have a slide for that. There are many classes at Carter that are only offered for upperclassmen. It's almost like you knew it was coming. All right. That's the end of our presentation. So again, what we tried to do here is just cover everything that we covered at Freshman Sneak Peek really quickly, so you know what the information that we already passed on to your student. If you have any questions at all, again, come see us at Incoming Freshmen Parent Night on the 18th, 5:30, Carter High School in our quad. We would love to talk to you. Or you can shoot us an email. All the counseling emails are on the website. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing your student next year. Thank you.
Thank you.